Bailey now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Go! The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready? 180. Check right 54. Line 54.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, Chris. And here we go.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. That's Samuel caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
There's Newton rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 47 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run in the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. And he's able to find Diggs. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort, picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
12 more yards there and another first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins again. Setting up the screen for Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Quaker Omaha. Hey, Ken. Hey, Charlie. Line out.
Watch the slack.
Play action now. Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that's off the mark, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now Cousins, and he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Brian Burns, and the Panthers will get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but it's still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you pointed out, you get a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Play action. It's Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Here's Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Lets it fly for Thielen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
54 Mike. You better bring it. You better.
Throwing again. Newton. Stepping up. He's Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this belongs to the Vikings.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he is all the way up past the 25.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Alpha. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Coming. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Gun.
Mike's 54.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Cousins. Over the middle to Smith. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., 75 yards. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Vikings 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. Special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
And he slides to avoid the hit. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
But with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mike's 54. Mike's 50.
On 2nd and 9. Newton, that's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 21-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Cousins to throw it. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Here's Michael Pilardi now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That's taken on the 25. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Left side caught by Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 66 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we're back now in Charlotte, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Room here to run. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Newton now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 right at the 30. Coming off the pick six, it's Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time.
This is caught inside the 15. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A big play there for Carolina. 48 yards. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Trying to power it in with Arma. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, here's Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Going for it all. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
Ready? 2. Wide. Small.
Following the interception, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. First down, here's Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 23-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Hey! Check, he's coming. Watch the curl. My 40. Hey, let's get this.
Now Newton. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
Second and 9 at the 47-yard line.